Hi guys, thanks for joining me again on this journey of awareness, on this journey of being a better version of ourselves, right? Wow, today has been a really busy day for us. That there's a lot of stuff that we're working on, and that's why I'm a bit late today. Yeah. However, I still want to talk to you. I still want to share with you. It is a passion that I have that is driving me forward so much. Yeah, and look at the last few days. Look at what's been happening, on top of the pandemic that's been on our minds this whole time, right? The increasing number of new cases in Malaysia, yeah, and look at the politics in Malaysia. Wow, I mean, everybody is so in this state of uncertainty because there's a lot of change, and change definitely is not comfortable for most of us. um, yeah, we're looking at a lot of change. Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen. That is a lot of uncertainty, and there is a lot of worry. Yeah, however, those changes, those worries are things that, hey, look, we can't control, right? Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. We can't control. What we can control is what happens with us. Yeah, so let's focus on that. Let's focus on what we can exact change in, what we can put in place for ourselves, what we can change for ourselves to be better, or the world around us, or how our future will be, what we can change now to affect our future. When we think about our future, now is the time to take the steps. The last video we talked about how we try new things, and that can bring us to finding our purpose. Yeah, that can bring us there, and to find what our obsessions are, how we try new things that we never dreamed of, maybe things that we've always wanted to do. Yeah, so that it brings us to where we want to be. Now when we talk about trying new things, it's scary, right? Sometimes there's a lot of fear involved, right? Yeah. Now I personally, I'm sure those of you who are like me, I personally have a fear of heights. I would go to a balcony, when I'm on a balcony and on a high building, suddenly for no reason my knees would be a bit weak. The knees would be shaky a little bit, a bit weak. Now and then I would have this fear of falling over the balcony. Now, when you think about it, it doesn't make sense, right? How can I possibly, when I'm standing on the balcony is super strong, super firm, how can I possibly fall over, right? Yeah. So what is the actual fear? Well, have you heard of this? It's very common. This quote, I don't know who said it. It's false evidence, fear, FEAR, false evidence appearing real. Now, what I mean by false evidence appearing real, the same thing about the balcony that I have, the fear that I have, right? And those of you who are afraid of heights will know what I'm talking about. Now, because I have a fear of heights, I've joined a race before, and just for fun, it was an outdoor race. Later, I found out that it involves abseiling. I wanted to pull out. However, there were other people there as well, especially, I was with my wife. I wanted to be with her. I wanted to go through the race with her. So, what the heck? I will challenge what my fears are, and I would try abseiling. The first time that I did it, I was harnessed in, and the first time it took a lot for me to go over the edge. I couldn't look down. It took a lot for me to go over the edge. Hey, I did it. It wasn't that hard. And I did it over and over and over again. Did I lose my fear of height? No, the fear is still there. However, it helped me to manage that fear. It helped me to see what the fear really is, what I was afraid of, how rational or how irrational it actually was. Yeah, it actually is actually. Come to think of it. Yeah. So fears, I could have chosen actually. You know what? I could have chosen to not do it. I could have chosen to stay safe. And that what fear does to us. It stops us. It gets us to stay safe. The fear there. When we talk about trying new things, the fear of trying new things stops us from trying new things. Yeah. And most of the time when you try new things, you realize that, hey, there wasn't anything to be really afraid of anyway. It was just the fear of what could go wrong. It might not go wrong. Yeah. So when you're faced with fear, I want you to think about what you are really afraid of, what the risks are. What could possibly be the risk, right? Most of the time when we're talking about trying new things, let's say when you When if you've always wanted to go to an art class, what could possibly be the risk? What's holding you back, right? If you wanted to go to a cooking class, what's holding you back? What could possibly be the risk? What have you got to lose? Now, most of us here, most of us do not think about what we got to lose, And many times, people have waited until they have nothing left to lose, really at the bottom already, nothing left to lose before they decide to try, something new. Many people do that. Yeah. Now, if your life at this point is boring and is predictable, yeah, be honest, okay? If your life is boring and predictable now, do you think that's your destiny? Do you think leading a life that's boring and predictable is what you are meant to do? I can guarantee you no. That's not what you're meant to do. You're meant to have the ideal life, the life that you are meant to live, to be who you are, to be the greatness that you are supposed to be, yeah? So, your greatness is there waiting for you, okay? Now, I want you to think about the fears that you have, what has stopped you. Think about that, yeah? Rationalize it a little bit. Think about that. In the next video, we'll talk about managing fear. We can't say that, you will overcome all your fear, you'll be successful, no more fear already. Successful, no more fear. No, we will always have fears. However, how we manage our fears is the key. Because if we don't, the fear manages us. The fear leads our life. And that, my friend, will not lead us to our ideal life. Alright? I'll catch you in the next video on how to be a better version of ourselves, and we'll talk about managing fears. Bye guys.